Thank you gents, for staying with us. We'll go over to the news studio now to hear from Ayatunde Balogun, the top of the headlines. Hello, Ayo.
Milta, so much is indeed happening. We're starting off right now. Dozens of Nigerians have marched around the nation's capital of Abuja to show their solidarity with the Nigerian and, of course, the multinational forces fighting the Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast part of the country. Now, the organizers say they are motivated especially by recent reports of reclaimed territories by the troops and the counter-terrorism offensive launched against the insurgents. They are hoping that their show of solidarity will boost the morale of the troops in the ongoing fight to end terrorism in Nigeria. Now, while some Nigerians trooped out in Abuja in solidarity with Nigeria's troops in fighting the Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast, thousands of people have marched in Cameroon's capital Yaoundé to protest against the Boko Haram, who have been making incursions into their country in recent times. The march is also in solidarity with their soldiers fighting alongside Nigerian, and Chadian troops to defeat the militant group. Now, it's no longer news that there has been a deadly running conflict between cattle rustlers and local farmers in Kogi State over a grazing of land, now driven by a desire to restore peace. An American missionary based there sought to wade in. But a few days ago, a Reverend Phyllis Soto was kidnapped, bringing a new perspective to the issue. However, police say they are investigating the matter and they hope to secure her release sooner rather than later. Now, as Russia continues to mourn the death of opposition politician Boris Nemtsov, President Vladimir Putin has vowed to do everything possible to bring to justice those who committed the murder. And a telegram to Mr. Nemtsov's mother, published on the Kremlin website, Mr. Putin offered condolences and praised Mr. Nemtsov's openness and honesty. So there you have it. Those are the news headlines. It's still focus on campaign strategies here on Nigeria 2015. Nelta, back to you.
Thank you, Ayatunde. And we're back in the studio as we continue this conversation. Mr. Jide Damandio, PDP ex-officio member, and Sheyo Duton, member of the APC. Okay, gentlemen. Yeah, we started out by I asked a question about corruption and what your parties are doing to fight corruption. It looks like both of you do not have any difference in your modus operandi.
Well, let me read something out to you about what we intend to do, if you permit me.
No.
If you allow me, it's very brief. What we're saying is that we're going to prevent the abuse and misuse of the executive, legislative. I'm just trying to put it in perspective for you. Executive, legislative, and public officers through greater accountability, transparency, strict and implementable anti-corruption laws through strengthening and sanitizing the EFCC. I more or less said it to you that we're going to sanitize that particular institution and that of the ICPC.
In other words, you're saying the EFCC is not sane?
No, what we're saying is that EFCC is barking, but it's not biting. That's what we're saying.
But that's what also they say they are doing. That's why I said the APC
well,
and the PDP
can you see the results?
don't seem to. I mean, we reeled out 7 items.
Are you seeing the results?
7 items, and the two parties have said these are the 7 items they are going to focus on. So what's the difference between the two of you?
Let me tell you something. You will have observed that for the first time, the way the EFCC have been operating is not being criticized. It's not as if they've been they've been acting as if they have a vendetta, that they're going after a particular person or individual. You see, the president has given the agencies free hand to operate, and he has refused to interfere in their activities. You see, what we are talking about here is this. There is this act that set up this body, and this is the function of this body. This is what the body is supposed to do. So he's now saying that go ahead and do it, and let the people now judge you whether you're doing the right thing or not. You see, in terms of curbing corruption, like I said, it is a two-pronged thing. You see, the person who is corrupt and the other person trying to or arrest the situation. So it depends on, if you do this thing with sincerity of purpose, you will get the desired result.
I'm having comments that are coming in here, and a lot of people that are talking to us right now are still saying the same thing. Both of you, the APC and the PDP, have not said anything different.
I don't agree with you at all. I think we're saying radically different things. I think I'm saying to you, we are saying to you that we're putting forward a presidential candidate with a track record, a successful track record against corruption. And I am saying to you, for example, that that track record is so strong. Some people say to me that the fear of Buhari is the beginning of wisdom. I want to assure you that we have policies that we are going to put in place to ensure that the culture of impunity that we're experiencing in the Nigerian airspace is totally reduced, if not abandoned. And this will happen. And look, it's not just me. The perception index speaks for itself.
Okay,
I don't have to say anything about
When
it.
you talk about candidates, putting forward a candidate who is an embodiment of what you call, you just refer to him as something now. Now, the presidential candidate we're talking about, look at his antecedents. You see, this was somebody who, at the time, was
Can we keep it issue-based?
yeah,
Not
yeah.
personal now.
No, well, when you talk about, I'm not being personal. I'm just talking about the track record of this individual. You understand? Now, we're talking about somebody who's been in office in the past, and, you know, a certain, misnomer happened, and, well, it's still hanging up till now. There was a government after that government. That was the government of Alhaji Shehu Shagari that came up, who now set up a pro-panel to investigate that anomaly. That panel then was headed by Justice Ayo Irikefe. The secretary of that panel was Chief Chike Fodile. They concluded their job. Before the white paper was released, there was a coup. And this coup was championed by this so-called candidate. You see, immediately...
What is this issue that happened? What is the anomaly that was
Well, this
investigated?
issue of $2.8 billion that got missing at the NNPC, then when this candidate was, that is General Buhari, was the Minister for Petroleum. You see, now, immediately he came into office. Justice Yorikefe was appointed the Chief Justice of the Federation. Chief Chike Ofodile was made the Attorney General of this country. And that was the end of that, the report of that panel. So when you talk about...
What you're implying here is that he made the appointments to scuttle the investigation that they had?
I mean, I cannot see another reason to that.
How does that affect the fact that he's willing to fight corruption now?
No, you see, you put the same wine in a different bottle, it's still going to remain the same wine. It's going to maintain the same taste. What we are saying here now is that right now we have somebody who is so transparent in his modus operandi. He has, is allowing everything to go as it is. He's not even interfering in anything.
Is that not allowing everything to go quiet?
No. It's allowing everything to take its normal course.
Okay, he wants to react.
All right.